All right, everybody, welcome back to more of our V coverage. And this guy right here is one of the main guys, and hopefully we'll get some deep, dark secrets from him. Executive producer Scott Rosenbaum. How you doing?
Very good, thank you.
Hopefully I will get some deep, dark secrets at the end of this
I'll do
interview.
my best.
No, you started off as a writer, right? Like Grown Ups, I think, a comedy series with
Yeah,
Matt Miller.
Yes, Matt Miller is one of my best friends, who's also the showrunner of Human Target, and we worked on Chuck together, and that was a show that we did for like one season. It was a half hour. And then, I did that, and I really wasn't a half-hour writer. So I got sort of out of the half-hour business and was lucky to get a staff writing job on The Shield, and worked on that for 6 years, and that sort of earned my stripes there. And then moved on to Chuck, and then was asked to take over V.
Yeah, how did that happen when they asked you to take over a show like that? I mean,
they were having they're having just some production problems. They were having problems getting scripts written, and they had to shut down the show a couple times. So they were looking for someone to just come in and sort of get the scripts written, have more of a vision for what the show could be, and sort of lead and direct it. So I was working on Chuck, actually, and the Warner Brothers came over and asked me if I would be willing to leave that show and take over V. And when they ask you to do that, you can't really say no. So I said yes.
Now, did you get a chance to, because you're taking a show that just started, it was only a couple episodes in, but was it difficult? You had also original series and the whole fan base, and were you kind of nervous, or you had a pretty clear plan what you wanted to do?
I had a clear plan of what I wanted to do, but part of the thing is I wanted to change the show a lot, and it's very hard after you've watched 4 episodes to just change the show, because it's difficult to do. So the real challenge was sort of, how do I organically shift the show towards more what I want it to be, without the audience saying, hey, wait a minute, it looks like it's a brand new show, this doesn't make any sense. And also incorporate the things I liked about the show too. There were a lot of things I liked about what Scott Peters did with the show in the beginning. There was some great stuff. So it was a matter of sort of blending the things I liked a lot and the things that he did great together. And it's not easy, to be honest with you. It's hard once you have a pilot written it's so important, because the pilot does sort of create what this show is going to be, and you want everything to build from that pilot. So it was difficult, but it was a challenge, and I enjoyed doing it.
We were coming here talking about V, and we were on the subway out here called BART, and we were talking about V, and all these other people started joining us in with it. I mean, they loved the show. You guys did an incredible job during the second season. Was it, you had 13 episodes planned, and then ABC says, well, we're going to cut to 10 because of scheduling reasons. How did that affect the whole plan for the second season arc?
Yeah. Well, actually, it's funny. I actually had a version of 22 episodes, actually, because when they get 13, you think, all right, well, there could be a back order of 9. So even though you're only given 13, you always prepare for a full season order, because you have to be ready if they order more. So what happened, though, is when they cut things down, I just really had to make some really tough choices about, specifically, a lot of people said, well, like, the ending it's a cliffhanger, and I felt like, do I end the show on episode 10? And to me, it didn't feel organic, and I decided that I would end the season in a way that I think could possibly be a version of an ending, using your imagination. If you wanted to, you could extrapolate where it would go from the final frame, but also felt like I want to leave it at a place where if we get more episodes, I can keep have the show being the show I want it to be in the future, and continue the original plan that I had.
Just 2 more questions here. The fans loved it when you brought the original actors from V, Jane Badler and Mark Singer. Was it a joy to do that?
Yeah, actually it was. You know what I mean? It's obviously, like, the fans are so important to a show. I mean, you write, they're the fans because they're very similar to you. You like the same thing. So, you know what I mean? So when the fans want something, it's usually something that I probably wanted too. And so, it was fun, and it was nice and I want to do more of it. And it's just, I'm really excited to work with Mark in the future, because especially now that we have like a real human resistance here now that can actually make a dent in the plans. It'll be really fun to sort of, again, he's a different character, but he was sort of the rebel fighter with the camera. Now he's actually going to be the rebel fighter with a, industrial military complex behind him. So
it sounds exciting. I mean, we're looking forward to that. Now, a lot of fans also were disappointed that the season 2 episodes of V were not online. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about that? Did you know about that decision?
Yes, I did know about that decision. It was frustrating for me too, because when you're doing a show that's serialized, people miss an episode. Sometimes you miss you just stop watching. And I was sort of a little disappointed in that, but it was a decision there was a business decision that they weren't able to reach a contract between ABC and Warner Brothers, which is something that ultimately it wasn't my business, so to speak, to get in there and do that. They tried to make it work, and it just didn't work. So do I wish that it could have been online in that case? Yes, because I always wonder, well, would more people have kept watching the show, or started more new viewers started watching the show if they could catch up, even if they missed a few episodes.
So season 3, talking to ABC, and how are you approaching it?
I mean, I think where we're coming from is everyone wants there to be another season, and the question is just how do we, does it work for Warner Brothers? Does it work for ABC? And ABC's got, we have a shot. If they weren't bringing us back, they would have told us. They have a lot of decisions to make too. You have a new president. You've got there's so many factors that come in oftentimes in getting a show. But the thing that we did is we try to make the best episodes we could. We're hoping that the fans will show as much support as humanly possible and let the ABC know that they want more V. And at that point, you just have to see how the cookie crumbles, so to speak. But I'm optimistic.
Well, all the fans out there on camera right now wants it back. And we appreciate it. We want you to bring more adventures and a longer, 13 episodes or more.
I would love that.
Thank you, Scott. Appreciate it.
Okay.
Take care.
For more full-length celebrity interviews, visit sidewalkstv.com.